Hey everyone, and welcome. So, you're a graphic designer. That means you're a visual wizard, right? You build entire brands, you tell stories with just a few colors, and you make things that are just beautiful. But what happens when that beautiful thing also needs to be used? Today, we're going to bridge that exact gap between graphic design and user experience, and I'll show you how the skills you already have are the perfect launchpad for this incredible field. First things first, let's get one thing straight. Everything you've learned as a graphic designer isn't just useful, it's your secret weapon. Your gut feeling for what looks good, your total command over the visual language, that's a genuine superpower in the digital world. You already speak the language. And here's the big question, the one that changes everything. See, a poster on a wall was meant to be looked at, to be admired. But an app? An app needs to be navigated. A website has to make sense instantly. This is where we add a whole new layer to your work, the actual interactive experience of the person on the other side of the screen. Okay, so let's start on solid ground with what you already know and do so well. I want to be super clear. Your graphic design skills aren't going anywhere. In fact, they are the absolute building blocks for creating amazing digital products. Just think about your toolkit, right? Color theory, typography, creating a clear visual hierarchy, composition. In the digital world, these things aren't just about making a design pop. Nope. They become powerful tools to guide the user, to create a sense of calm and clarity, and to build trust. You're not starting from zero. You're launching from a place of serious strength. I love this quote from Eric D. Kennedy because it perfectly reframes a skill you already have. Your incredible knowledge of color, it's not just for picking a cool palette anymore. Now, it's about creating functional variations of a single color. For things like hover states, disabled buttons, or active links. Your expertise is literally the key to making an interface feel alive and intuitive. To really get this shift in thinking, let's use a really simple but I think powerful metaphor. This is where we draw a line between what a user sees and what a user actually does. So think of it like this. Graphic design, that's the stunning, beautiful box that makes you go, "Ooh, I want that." It creates desire, it sets an expectation. User experience, or UX, is the whole rest of the story. It's how easy it is to actually open that box, find what you're looking for, and enjoy the product inside. Because we've all had that experience, right? A beautiful box that's impossible to open just leads to frustration. You absolutely need both to work together. And that brings us right to the heart, the absolute core of user experience. It's a huge shift in perspective. It's about moving from, what do I think looks good, to, what does my user actually need? It all comes down to one word: empathy. So what even is UX, really? Well, it's not just about a single screen or one button. It's the whole shebang. It's the entire journey a person takes with a product, from the very first time they hear about it to the feeling they have after they've used it. It's holistic. This is probably one of the most famous lines in the entire UX world, and for a really good reason. Steve Krug just nails it. The goal is to make things effortless. Every single time a user has to pause and wonder, wait, what does this icon mean? Or where am I supposed to click next? You're creating friction. You're making them think, and that's not good. Great UX just gets out of the way. And this isn't just about guessing what people want. As Google and others have outlined, there's a real structured process. It's a loop that always starts with empathy, actually going out and talking to your users. From there, you figure out what their problems are. You brainstorm a ton of solutions, build rough models, and then, and this is so important, you test those ideas with real people. It's all about listening, building, and learning over and over again. Let's bring this home with a local example. Imagine you're at a touchscreen food kiosk. You see those big, gorgeous, mouth-watering photos of nasi lemak and teh tarik? That's fantastic graphic design doing its job. But being able to find the big confirm order button in like half a second without having to search for it, that is brilliant UX. The whole goal is to reduce what they call extraneous cognitive load, which is just a fancy way of saying, stop making me think so hard, I'm just trying to order my food. All right, you hear these two terms thrown around together all the time, UI and UX. They are definitely not the same thing, but they're completely connected. Let's clear this up and see how they build the bridge to a product people will love. So, user interface, or UI, is the actual stuff you see and touch. It's the screens, the buttons, the little icons. It's the visual expression of the UX strategy. If UX is the master plan for the entire road trip, UI is the design of the car, the look of the dashboard, and all the road signs that help you get there. This right here is where your graphic design skills directly come into play. Let's just break it down super simply. Think of UX as the why. It focuses on the whole journey, the big picture. It asks, why are we building this and how will it work? UI, on the other hand, is the what. It's focused on the visual elements. It asks, what will this look and feel like? You can see how one can't really succeed without the other. They're two sides of the same coin. So, where does that leave you? Well, this whole transition from graphic design to UI UX, it's not about throwing away your skills, it's about leveling them up. Imagine you're shifting from being an artist who creates a single, perfect image to an architect who designs a beautiful, functional space that people can actually live in. And this is the magic moment. That superpower you have with color theory, it now becomes about creating clear, interactive states. Your mastery of typography, it's now about making sure text is readable and accessible on a tiny phone screen. That sense of visual hierarchy you have, it's now used to create an intuitive path for the user to follow. Your layout skills now organize a whole interactive system. It's the same talent, just applied to a much more dynamic puzzle. So, at the end of the day, this whole debate of UI versus UX, it's just the wrong way to think about it. The best products out there are born when the smart, empathetic thinking of UX blends perfectly with the beautiful, polished craft of UI. It's all about creating one single experience that's not just easy to use, but an absolute joy to look at. So I'll leave you with this one thought. The next time you sit down to create something, ask yourself this. Are you just designing a beautiful package? Or are you designing the entire unforgettable unboxing experience that goes with it? Because as a creative, you now have the power to do both.